Welcome to today's Explainer. Today we're exploring a seriously fascinating shift in data infrastructure. Based on our source material, we're diving into Silo by Larissa Network. Think of this as a total evolution in cloud object storage that literally rethinks the blueprint of the internet. We're going to unpack exactly how this platform takes ordinary, everyday hardware and turns it into something absolutely extraordinary, offering enterprise-grade security and speed, all without the traditional headaches of centralized data centers. Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever stopped to think, what if the massive amount of unused disk space sitting on always-on desktops, network-attached storage devices, and business servers all over the globe could somehow be unlocked and unified? Well, that is the visionary idea behind Silo. It takes that idle, untapped potential, all that wasted space, and weaves it into a single, highly secure, globally distributed cloud. It's just brilliant. To wrap our heads around how this works, we'll start by welcoming the new cloud model, then unpack the genius under the hood, and explore its bulletproof security and speed. After that, we'll look at seamless S3 integration, check out the win-win storage economics, and finally wrap up with the growing Silo ecosystem.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Welcome to the New Cloud, where we talk about unlocking the edge.
We are witnessing a massive, game-changing shift in how data is handled. For years, cloud storage basically meant building bigger and bigger centralized data centers. But by unlocking the edge of the network, we solve some fundamental pain points. Look, when you put all your data in one massive building, you risk single points of failure, catastrophic outages, and a constantly expanding physical hardware footprint. It's just not sustainable. Silo's distributed cloud, on the other hand, operates with an incredible 99.95% availability, and because it's globally distributed, it's virtually immune to localized outages. But here's the best part. By optimizing the storage capacity that already exists out there in the world, it actively reduces the need to manufacture brand new hardware. It's an incredibly smart, eco-friendly approach to our accelerating data needs, for sure. Moving on to Section 2, the genius under the hood. This is all about the invisible complexity. So how does it actually pull this off? To make millions of independent storage peers act as a single, reliable cloud requires a beautifully coordinated, totally modular architecture. And the workflow is remarkably seamless. It breaks down into 4 elegant steps. First, every single file is encrypted end-to-end right on the client side, meaning the network literally never sees your raw data. Second, it's uploaded using intuitive tools. Third, it is split, or fragmented, into tiny encrypted pieces. And fourth, it's stored globally across the network. This 4-step dance guarantees that your data has total privacy and incredible redundancy. But Silo is so much more than just decentralized disk space. It relies on 3 distinct peer classes working together in perfect harmony. First up, you have these storage nodes. These are the everyday participants sharing their unused space and bandwidth. Then you have the SYN Connect clients, which are the client-side tools handling the actual uploads and downloads. And finally, you have Orbital. Orbital is the hosted service layer that manages access, metadata, reputation, and billing. This brilliant separation of duties is exactly what elevates Silo from a simple storage pool into a highly coordinated, enterprise-ready system. Next up is Section 3, Bulletproof Security and Speed, focusing on built-in protection and performance. Now, what's really interesting about this is how it handles trust. In a decentralized network where nodes are inherently untrusted, you obviously can't rely on traditional firewalls. Silo solves this by weaving security and performance directly into the architecture itself. Instead of making 3 or 4 full copies of your file, which, let's be honest, wastes a ton of space, it uses a technique called erasure coding. It breaks files into stripes and encodes them into multiple pieces. Because of the sheer math behind it, you only need a small subset of those pieces to perfectly reconstruct the original data. It provides phenomenal resilience without that massive storage overhead. It's like a giant puzzle where you don't even need all the pieces to see the full picture. To put a concrete number on it, your file is fragmented into 100 secure encrypted pieces. These 100 pieces are then distributed across completely diverse nodes. We're talking different operators, different power supplies, and completely different geographies all around the world. And here is the truly incredible part. Of those 100 pieces scattered across the globe, how many do you actually need to get your file back? Just 16. No way, right? But it's true. Only 16 pieces are required to fully reconstruct the file. This means the system can easily tolerate the vast majority of nodes going offline simultaneously, and you still wouldn't lose a single byte of data. That is absolutely crucial for peace of mind. This 100 to 1 to 16 ratio also beautifully solves what engineers call the long tail problem, which is that annoying delay caused by waiting for the slowest node to respond. Because Silo over-distributes the pieces, when you want to download your file, the system simply fetches pieces from the fastest responding nodes and completely ignores the slow ones. As soon as it hits 16 pieces, boom, your file is ready. It completely eliminates network bottlenecks, turning a decentralized geographic spread into a massive speed advantage. It basically behaves like a multi-region content delivery network straight out of the box.
All right, moving on to Section 4, Seamless S3 Compatibility. This is all about drop-in infrastructure.
Of course, none of the speed or security matters if developers can't actually use it easily, right? The creators explicitly designed Silo to avoid forcing developers to learn a brand new API. As the developers put it, the goal is to preserve the same mental model that S3 users already know. So Silo acts as a seamless replacement for S3 compatible storage. This means developers can integrate it using their existing tools, CLI, and Go libraries without rewriting a single line of code. It easily slips into an existing stack, which drastically lowers the friction for enterprise adoption. It's a real game changer for dev teams.
Let's pivot to Section 5, Win-Win Storage Economics, and how it's rewarding the network. The dual-sided financial model here is just fantastic. For enterprise clients, the cost is remarkably low. We're talking just a fraction of a cent, roughly 0.0036 per gigabyte per month for storage. And on the flip side, for the node operators, the people actually providing the unused space, they can earn $2.03 per terabyte per month just for storing data, plus even more for egress and audit bandwidth. These payouts are made in LRS, which is the native coin of the Larissa Network. It's a beautifully balanced economy that rewards operators for keeping useful capacity online, all while saving businesses an absolute fortune. And what's really cool is that becoming a node operator is wonderfully accessible. You really just need a minimum of 500 gigabytes of available storage, a stable internet connection, and the ability to maintain 99.3% monthly uptime to ensure a high-quality network. Setup is an absolute breeze, supporting both Windows and Linux via Docker with a secure trust key-based onboarding flow. It really opens the door for virtually anyone with reliable hardware to participate and start earning. Finally, Section 6, the growing Silo ecosystem. We're looking at real products and real value. A storage layer is really only as good as what you can build on it, right? And this brilliantly illustrates that Silo isn't just some abstract protocol. It's translating storage into real value right now. Everyday consumers can use Silo Drive for secure file management or Silo Photos for encrypted photo organization. Enterprises have SciConnect for integration. There's even a dedicated hardware product line called SiloBox. It's a personal, high-performance NVMe cloud appliance that keeps your data local while acting as a node on the network. Plus, third-party ecosystem apps like Vibeo, Optilix, and QuickDemark are already leveraging the infrastructure to do amazing things. And the roadmap ahead? It is just as thrilling. The future is incredibly bright with an expanding suite of privacy-first tools on the horizon. Soon we'll see Silo Mount, which will allow users to mount buckets directly as local folders. And following that, we're going to see decentralized, user-controlled applications like Silo Mail, Silo Messenger, and even Silo AI. It is an entire ecosystem being built around absolute privacy and user control. Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. Look at the incredible potential we've just uncovered here. An ultra-secure, blazing fast, totally eco-friendly network that costs less and actively rewards its participants. So what does this all mean for you? Are you ready to leverage the world's unused capacity and join the seamless revolution of decentralized cloud storage? Whether you're a developer, a business owner, or just someone with some extra hard drive space lying around, the Silo network is open and waiting. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and keep exploring.